I want to talk real quickly about the coaching stuff that's happening in the NFL. There's been a lot of coaching drama. Like I just brought up, Ben Johnson to the Bears, officially their new head coach. Aaron Glenn to the Jets. He will be their new head coach. I'm surprised the Jets were able to get a head coach before, really anybody else. Um, the Raiders, they thought they were getting Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson does Ben Johnson things. He winds up with the Bears almost like a day before the meeting. So,
Darn it.
that's just what happens.
It happened with Cliff last year too. It's just like, why do people keep
That's so
teasing the
funny.
Raiders?
Now the Raiders are searching. They might wind up with Pete Carroll. That's apparently
Oh,
that might be, we might get more Carroll versus Harbaugh now just in the AFC West. That's not finalized, but that could happen. Also, reports tonight that Brian Schottenheimer is on the door toward having a deal to be the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, which to me, we were joking and saying like, if they hire Dion, that's the shittiest, dumbest thing they can do. Brian Schottenheimer, offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, to me, that just like strikes. This is a dude who's been in the league, and of course, he's son of Marty Schottenheimer. Marty was awesome. But he's a dude that's been a coordinator for years in the NFL and has never sniffed a head coaching job. So there has to be something to that, and to me, it just screams that Jerry had no plan, and Jerry wants too much control. Even Kellen Moore doesn't want to go there for that, and to have his depth chart controlled by Jerry Jones. So they're going to stick it out with Brian Schottenheimer and reportedly, Jason Witten as like an assistant head coach to be like the future head coach, because Jerry wanted him to be the head coach, but they're like, he's never coached, Jerry. And he's like, throw him in there. We'll get Shotty out of the way.
It's Saturday while you're at it.
Yeah. Other reports, Mike McCarthy might wind up being the head coach for the New Orleans Saints. That's something that's brewing right there. And
he has a history with the program, so
the one that I really was eager to talk about, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars, because it's very interesting what's happening down there. We talked about how, all these firings were happening for coaches and GMs, and the big one that a lot of people were pushing for was for the Jaguars to fire their GM, Trent Baalke, who has a really rough reputation in the NFL, has not had a lot of success, even despite being with the 49ers during that run. And everybody knew he's an issue, he's a problem. They were saying you're not going to get, there were a lot of head coaches telling like Diana Rossini, all these candidates saying that they're not going to go there if Baalke's there. You need to get rid of Baalke. Shahid Khan, the owner, he was staying strong to it and saying that I'm going to keep Baalke unless a coach tells me I need to get rid of him, and then, hey, we'll get rid of him. He said that in a Zoom call while sitting next to Trent Baalke. Baalke just took it. That's my boy. He was like, he's just shaking it off. He's like, yeah. And what happens is they lose out on Ben Johnson. They really wanted him. They keep losing on candidate to candidate to candidate, not wanting to go there because they don't want to work with Baalke. They want to bring somebody else in. And the straw that broke the camel's back was Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Liam Coen, who has been a big candidate for head coaching jobs this year. And I'm just going to read off what went down here. This is from Ari Mirov at My Sports Update. Liam Coen was the Jaguars' top target for their head coaching position. He was set to interview on Wednesday, but then withdrew his name. The Bucs then offered him an extension to become one of the highest paid coordinators in the league. So he's looking like, he's going to go back to Tampa Bay, be you guys' offensive coordinator, give Baker another great year. Jaguars freaked out, fired GM Trent Baalke, and then apparently just reached back out to Coen and continued to engage with him and bug him and get on him to say, hey, you need to be our head coach. Come back. We got the contract for you. We'll do whatever you need. We'll reconsider. Coen went back to the Jaguars facility this afternoon to talk more things out with them. And Tampa Bay, in a old school Mark Cuban trying to reach his players and driving down their neighborhood, calling, texting them, asking them where they're at, Tampa Bay can't get into contact with Liam Coen now, as they're trying, because he never actually signed the contract. And they're trying desperately to get back in contact with them. Jacksonville looks like they're going to lock this down. Scott, is Liam Coen worth all this? You're the Bucs. You're our Bucs representative. He's not?
No. I mean, it would be interesting to see how he can help revive the offense in Jacksonville, especially with quarterback Trevor Lawrence there to live to his potential that he was hoped to have coming out of Clemson. At this point, it's just like, who else are you going to get? Like you said, they really wanted Ben Johnson. They couldn't get him. So like, this is kind of like it's like the leftover thing. Okay, I'll get him. Who else are you going to get? Who else are you going to get? You going to get Joe Brady to come down?
Robert Saleh was another big one, and I was like, please don't ruin your career like that.
That was wild.
But it's like, a lot of these head coaches, it's not even like a Balky situation, but I think the Jaguars just franchise has just shown time and time again that it's a franchise you don't want to go work for at all. And maybe it starts with Shahad Khan, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But I just think a lot of these coaches that are solid coaching candidates don't want to do it because they don't want to go coach in Jacksonville for whatever reason it is.
You like how it was like a reverse Raiders situation where the Raiders fired their GM, Tom Telesco, and everybody was like, why? Why are you firing him? It's because it was like, oh, we're going to bring in Ben Johnson. He's going to want to bring in whatever GM he wants. Nope. Like that's it. That didn't work out.
Nah, that's my likely landing spot for Joe Brady is going to Vegas.
Zoo, or any of the coaching moves, have any of them intrigued you? We have managed to hold on to Cliff Kingsbury through it all. Are you hoping that do you believe that we'll still be able to hold on to him through this coaching cycle?
I really think we have him for a couple of years. I think Joe Witt may actually get an opportunity before Kingsbury does, just because I'm convinced that he likes the lack of having to worry about the defense side of the ball. Like, he gets to come in, focus on his quarterback, focus on his offense, really dial in on that. He's got full reign of it, and he doesn't have to worry about anything else on the team right now. So if he's getting paid head coaching money to be able to do what he generally loves to do, why mess up a good thing, right?
Yeah.
What I was just about to add to that, I mean, he truly could just enjoy doing that. You know, there's some people who take pride in being just like a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator for their tenure. I mean, look at friend of the show, Dick LeBeau. I mean, how long was he in Pittsburgh? I mean, as a defensive coordinator, or like years.
It's the glorious thing when you can get one of those coaches. We're seeing it in Kansas City right now with their defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo. Like, they've gone through the coaching cycle. They've been a head coach. They've gotten fired maybe once, maybe twice. Kingsbury, it worries me a little bit because he's still young. I feel like he'll maybe want to, get one more shot at it, and maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Who knows?
He's waiting for Miami to open up.
Oh yeah, but I also
that's the right opportunity, and like, he's just learning so much from Dan right now too. Like, there was a couple of interviews just talking about just the standards that Dan came in with and how much like he learned since his last stint. So it's like he's really taken the opportunity to kind of just sit back and learn the structures and what the standard needs to be and how he lays that out at the beginning of his next opportunity.
Well, and he also keeps bringing up about how much he just genuinely loves working with the kid, working with Jaden Daniels, and how exciting this is getting to be for him. Like, you can't underestimate what that does for a coach. Like, Andy Reid found new life, found new youth in Kansas City working with Patrick Mahomes. So, it's a great situation to be in. Scott, I saw you licking your lips, so I didn't know if you had something there. No, you're just.
I was thinking for a second. Imagine a world where Miami lets go of Mike McDaniel. It creates a vacuum. Cliff Kingsbury goes down. Would you guys want McDaniel to come back to Washington?
Sure.
Yeah, bring him back.
as an OC, absolutely.
Yeah.
You never should have left, Mike. You never should have left.
We'll give you all the coffee you want, buddy.
We lived in that great hypothetical world in the Facebook chat earlier this week with Mike McDaniel being the Patriots offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, wait, what the hell happened to him? He's taking another job.
Oh, that would have been weird.